Now, we go to East Africa, where the appointment of British supermodel Naomi Campbell as Kenya's tourism ambassador has caused a Twitter storm in the East African nation. Many queried why it had not been given to other prominent Kenyans like Hollywood actress Lupita Nyong'o. Others leapt to her defense, saying that the debate had already justified her role. Well, Kenya's tourism sector has been badly hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, with visitor numbers down a whopping 72% between January and October last year. Well, to get more insights on this issue, let's bring in our East Africa correspondent, Sarah Kimani from Nairobi. Sarah, always good to talk to you. Thanks very much for joining us. Naomi Campbell, beautiful black woman. Why is Kenya in an uproar about her representing your beautiful country?
Well, opinion is divided. There are those who feel that she is fit to be what the minister said, if I may quote his statement, an international tourism ambassador who will help promote the marketing of Kenya as an ideal tourism and travel destination to the world. There are those who, however, feel that Kenya has its own celebrities, and they mention world marathon record holder Eliud Kipchoge, they mention Oscar award winner Lupita Nyong'o, as some of those who could have been chosen. However, when the minister responded, because he saw the Twitter storm, he said that the reason that they had gone for Naomi is because of her status in society as an international model, and also the fact that every December for the last 4 or 5 years, she has been coming to Kenya, at the coast of Kenya, in a place called Malindi, where she is then able, and they believe, to attract and influence international tourists, and especially the bigger market in Italy, where most of those who tour Malindi come from. So very divided opinions. Some people saying, you know, when you say Lupita, when you say Eliud Kipchoge, there is a market for that. When you say Naomi Campbell, this is a luxury tourism ambassador, so there is a class that she will be attracting, and that is a class that Kenya needs now as it tries to win over tourists back into the country.
And she has some connection in terms of owning property in Kenya, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. Her ex-husband, Olivia Briatore, if I may, I'm not sure if I pronounce it well, owns one of the main luxurious properties in Malindi, the Billionaires Resort and Club. And this is where actually Naomi has been staying for the last few days that she's been in the country. And this is a place that has attracted, celebrities, from all over the world. In previous Decembers, we understand people like Mourinho have been there, Richard Branson has been there. A lot of international stars, actually, when they're in the country, that is a place that they go to. But she also owns a lot of property in Malindi. But there's also controversy just about her status and her being in Malindi. There's one time that she was taking pictures in the same resort where they say that those were nude photos. And so some people saying, is this the image that Kenya wants to be associated with? This is the person they want to be associated with. But a lot of people saying the fact that she's already an investor in the country then means that she has a stake in the country's tourism industry, and therefore she is best placed then to be the one to market the country. A lot of people even saying Madonna has just left the country. Why then not, look at people like Madonna and put them there also, because they also have a profile. So very controversial. But the Minister for Tourism, Najib Balala, is not backing down. He says this was well thought out, and this is for the international market. He says Eliud Kipchoge is already doing it domestically, especially just after Kenya reopened the country in August. We saw a lot of that Kipchoge touring the country and trying to promote domestic tourism, but they said this is for a particular market, a target market. A lot of Kenyans will hear none of that.
What does a tourism ambassador actually do? Have there been tourism ambassadors before Naomi Campbell? And if so, who were they? Typically, what's their job?
Well, there have been, but most of them have been local celebrities who, like Eliud there before. We know Lupita has previously been a conservation ambassador, but most of these titles are only given. We understand they don't get a dime just to be able to promote the country. What we have seen previously, the ones that we have seen have actually been ones to promote domestic tourism. It is about now we are seeing Kenya thinking about the international market and looking to the likes of Naomi. We understand that she will not be paid anything, but a lot of Kenyans don't believe that. They don't buy that. They say nobody will actually come and decide to be an ambassador or to endorse a product without getting money. The idea for that is to just endorse Kenya as a tourism destination, to say it is safe. It is, has this and this spots that you can visit, this and this, and is what you can see. And so we'll probably be seeing her touring a lot of these destinations more than just being at the coast of Kenya, where she is known for. We'll probably see her in the Masai Mara. We'll see her at the Amboseli, where then you can see the elephants. The idea is to show the different products that the country has to offer, but also show in a country that has tourism has been hit by terrorism previously, to show that it is now safe to visit, show that in the midst of the coronavirus, these are the safety measures that the country is putting in place to be able to welcome tourists safely into the country.
Has she done a lot of media in Kenya? I mean, did Kenyans see her a lot in Kenya?
We only see pictures of hers. I mean, where she sneaks in and out of the country, probably because she has no reason to be giving press conferences. But people expected that today she would give a press conference. She did not. The pictures that you are sharing now were pulled pictures from the Ministry of Tourism. We asked for video footage. There was none. And we understand from the people at the coast of Kenya, they have tried to seek interviews from her where she is now, but none of them has been able to get interviews. So already those are the questions that are coming, that this person is not approachable. She has not, during her previous visits and this visit, spoken to the media. Then who will she be speaking to, and how will she be passing her message across if already she's coming out as very aloof and removed from the local media here in the country?
All right, so lots of debate, a country divided, but I suppose in some ways the fact that this conversation has created such a storm perhaps does pique curiosity, and some people might think of Kenya when they're choosing a holiday.
Indeed, and Kenyans on Twitter, KOT, is a very vibrant internet community. And so I think even the minister knew that this kind of debate would be generated, and probably the reason why the news was released very early in the morning, 10 in the morning, just when young people are just logging in, waking up and logging in. So he knew that there was going to be all that debate. And some people are now saying this is actually good publicity. And so they already feel like they have achieved what they wanted to achieve from the word go.
All right, these drop in numbers, these were because of COVID-19 though, no other reasons. So it's not so much that they needed a tourism ambassador, but rather to manage COVID-19. I'm sure that people will come back. I mean, Kenya, when you think about Africa, the West often talk about Kenya as a destination anyway.
Yeah, the people will come back. Probably what the government is worried about is that it's taking too long for the industry to recover. The economy was reopened in August, and so they expected by now the numbers would have begun to, rise. There was a summer; it went very quietly during the December holidays. What we saw, those people who actually were touring the country were actually locals, and so the feeling in Kenya is that maybe it is time now to reach out, to use other marketing strategies to reach out to the industry, probably forgetting for Kenya that most of the European countries are going through a second wave of the coronavirus. And so maybe that is why it is taking too long for them to come back. But you see, they cannot sit and sit pretty and wait and hope that everything will just come back to normal. They have to think of ways of getting people back into the...
All right, Sarah, it looks like we've lost you there, but I think you got your point across. That's our Kenya correspondent reporting from Nairobi. Naomi Campbell is the new tourism ambassador for Kenya. People up in arms saying, but what about Lupita Nyong'o, who of course won herself an Oscar? She's Kenyan and is doing great things in Hollywood. And then the question I have, of course, is why not have both of them